up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nanefia Scholars. Today you're back again with another video from Candace Owens. Alright, so this time around she debates a college feminist. So guys, without further ado, let's get started.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. So I noticed you had a lot of thoughts on feminism. I'm a feminist, but
Really
I was just wondering, how do you differentiate between the extremism that exists in feminism as it does across, multiple different ideologies, but how do you differentiate between the extremism and how, feminists like me think? I don't hate men.
It's a great question, and I'm glad you asked it. It's a great, great question. So what you have to realize about the left when you talk about extremism is they hack words that once had real meaning, and they take them for their own nefarious goals, right? So they'll say racism, and you'll go, oh my God, no, really, racism used to exist, but now it means organizing your pantry. That's obviously not racism. That's completely ridiculous. You see something like feminism, and once upon a time, women were fighting for the right to vote. Well, now we have that. We have equal footing, and now they're using those terms. They're hiding behind the shield of feminism, and they're doing actually horrible things in society. And I blame feminists for almost every ill that we have right now because they've encouraged people not to act as a woman, and they bash men all the time. And I think that they have contributed the most to the breakdown of family in terms of ideology. Now, for you,
answer my question.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Now, for you, you're like, okay, but I actually am somebody that just believes in equality, that there should be equality between the sexes, right?
I think it's more culturally and socially, not necessarily in the realm of legality.
Sure, so I'm going to ask you, what is it socially? So you could call yourself something, right? That means that there's some fight that you have. What is it socially that you and I have as women that we don't have that men do? Why is there a need for you to be a feminist?
I think as women, we are undervalued when it comes to our intelligence. I think people, especially for me, as a woman who, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Go ahead, let her talk.
For me, as a woman, I feel like a lot of people look at me and think I'm superficial. They think I'm vapid. They don't necessarily see that I could be intelligent, that I could speak for myself. They tend to automatically...
Guys, don't be rude. Go ahead.
I tend to get belittled a lot, and that comes from men, not necessarily women, right?
So you're saying in your personal capacity, men are belittling you, right? But when you talk about affecting actually a social change, this might be your personal experience, but does that mean that all women are going through this, or that all women are experiencing this belittlement by men?
And see, I understand that, but I think also when I listen to you speak, and you speak on why you don't like feminism, I hear a lot of anecdotal work, and I hear a lot of personal experience, like your experience in that one class that you had, whereas I've had 5-6 classes in my gender studies courses, and I've never experienced anything
that's totally
like that.
Fine. That's totally fine.
You know what I mean?
They're
so
just
I just don't feel like it's fair to take personal
it's totally fine. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm actually talking about the real world consequences of the dangerous ideology telling women that they have to take their clothes off, that they should be on TikTok. I'm talking about real world consequences. I'm talking about literally the fact that women are no longer, they're by and large all climbing the corporate ladder, and that children are being ceded over to the state. So I was giving you an anecdotal example of what happened in my feminist class, but the repercussions of that are seen everywhere. What I am saying is that what I'm offering to you is not to feel like you have to give yourself an ism, right? Don't feel like you have to put yourself in a box. Don't feel like you have to put yourself into some weird social constructs. I think that what you'll find with time is that it constrains you unnecessarily. I don't have a problem with the fact if you want to identify as a feminist and you think that there is some fight that needs to be ended. I don't personally think that that's...
Is conservatism not a box any more than feminism is?
Well, saying that I have conservative principles, feminism is not being a conservative or being a liberal, right? You're talking about an ideology, right? A system you think
I would assume conservatism is also an ideology as well, is it not?
Sure. Conservatism is an ideology. These are the things that we believe. You could say that everything is an ideology. What I'm saying to you is that I would not necessarily paint yourself into a corner. You don't seem to me like you have any issues speaking up. You don't seem to me like you feel like you're constrained in any way. You're standing up here today. I would offer to you that there's never been a more remarkable time to be a woman in this society. By every statistic, we are doing better than men. That's a fact, right? Men have a higher, we are graduating at a higher rate than men. Men have higher suicide rates. That's why I said to you, despite how you're feeling, what are the real world implications that suggest to you that you are somehow beneath men? You might have a personal experience where a man...
we can talk about sexual assault everywhere, in the military, in the home.
So are these the things that you're fighting to end sexual assault?
Exactly.
Of course,
Okay,
exactly.
great. You don't have to be a feminist to fight to end sexual assault.
You don't have to be,
Men and women.
Yeah, I agree. I don't believe you have to
It's a great cause.
But it's, of course, a part of the ideology.
Men and women go through that. I just said to him, one of the biggest things that I give to every year is for human sex trafficking. It doesn't require to be a feminist. Now, you seem really committed to it. I've said to you since the very beginning, if you want to be a feminist girl, put it on a T-shirt, wear it, put a hashtag. I'm just telling you, don't unnecessarily put yourself into a corner, and to recognize that it has never been a greater time. I would offer it is a way better time in this society to be a woman.
Was really coming from a woman. You know, basically when I see men have this kind of debates in these colleges and high schools, it tends to be like a tug of war, you know, especially when it comes to Joe Peterson and Charlie Kirk. It tends to be a tug of war, because they will never understand the fact that, you know, but then I'm so glad it was coming from a woman. You know, you don't need to be a feminist or a feminist to fight for sexual assault, or to fight for something like feminine, you know, something feminine. And now she said sometime she's been a feminist, I mean, Candace asked her why does she, like, why is the need for her to be feminist? You know, she said she's fighting for some men belittle her, and she don't really get a platform to talk. Yeah, maybe it's a personal issue, you know. But for me, I think that I'm not anti whatever feminine, but I'm not trying to choose side. But I feel like now, like this 2024, this 21st century, this modern world, women are more public speakers. I mean, they speak publicly, speak freely. I mean, they are doing it, you know. Even when it comes to these corporate centers, you see women doing most of men's jobs, like doctors, engineers, constructors, like, you know, bankers, lawyers. Because now if you see women, I mean, fighting for the law system when it comes to courts, oh my God, you know, it's just beautiful. So what at all are we fighting for again? What at all are we fighting for? Because now I understand women need equality. Now that equality is there, like it's even there. If it comes to school education, women are graduating in their higher numbers, like even compared to men. You know, when it comes to school, you know, women are more in classrooms compared to guys. And when it comes to job opportunities, women are doing all the jobs. Women are doing most jobs that before we don't really get opportunity. Like, you know, as I said earlier, the doctors, if you come to the engineering sectors, women are there. If you come to construction sectors, women are there. Lawyer, like, you know, the law aspects, women are there. Even now, women are even aspiring for presidents and other stuff. Women are in the Senate, the ministry, you know, everywhere you find women, they speak. Like, you see Candace, she's a woman. See the way she's so outspoken. She speaks freely. She do whatever she got to do. Yet she's a woman. So I'm not saying we don't have. They are there. You should fight for whatever you want to fight for. But I think if you are fighting for something, you don't need to put your name, or you don't have to be a feminist before you fight for sexual assault, or before you fight for something you believe in, you know. So I think, yeah, I really agree on Candace on this one. You don't need to be a feminist, or whatever people call it, feminist, to fight for something you believe in. You can do it. You can do it as you can do it as you, as an individual, without tagging it. Because now the men we are fighting against, the majority of the men are turning into women. You know, they are wearing wigs. They are even, if feminists are going on demonstration, you see men part of it. So who are we fighting? What are we really fighting? Men are really turning to women. So I think this whole issue needs to be a little bit like, you know, calm down. We need to calm down when they are talking about, because now the equality is like this. Even women has more opportunity. Women have more opportunity when it comes to men. And that's what I believe. That's what I think. So for me, I think I believe in Candace. Let me know what you think about this video. You think Candace is right, or you think there is more women need to fight for as feminists? For me, let me know in the comment section. And if you really did enjoy this to me, let me know in the if you really did enjoy this, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you want me to check out more of sad things too, let me know in the comment section. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. And don't forget to click on the subscription button from one or two. Thanks for watching.